Cool, 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 cool. I hope everyone's been having a great day. I know my day has been a lot of fun. Just creating a lot of really good things, and so I'm excited about that. I hope your day has been well too. We're having dinner together. For anyone who was on live, I'd say the day before yesterday, you saw the Moroccan inspired meal that we were making. So we've got some grilled lamb kebabs with peppers and onions. We've got some saffron, lemon, cilantro rice. We've got, hey, what's going on? Welcome to the live. And then we have some homemade pita bread and salad that has what, cabbage, cucumbers, kale, broccoli, cranberries, and a nice poppy seed sweet, I'd say demi glaze, right? And so I know you know what I'm eating. Welcome to the channel. My name is Melissa Ingrid Lawrence, and I am happy to have you here on this live. Content on my channel is around manifesting your highest self and your dream life. And so I personally help people do that through personal mentorship, private mentorship, one-on-one, where we focus on self-love and vision clarity. And so on these lives, I talk about different topics and themes that have been playing in my mind and that I feel like would be really beneficial to share with you. This channel is most definitely for people who want to be their highest self, who want to live a life of ease, who wants to live a life of luxury, who wants to be in a space and in a place where they, from the moment that they have a thought or a desire sparks in their mind, it takes them directly to what it is that it would look like manifested in their real life. And so this is coconut water, not white wine. Very delicious, very hydrating. I say check it out. I like to be a little fancy, so I put it in a wine glass because, it just makes me feel great. And last thing before I hop into the topic, this outfit. This outfit, not sure if you can see it all that well. I'll do better next time. I'll be intentional next time about setting it up for you guys to be able to see the outfit beforehand. But for anybody who is digging it, I've got a link in the description for where you can get the similar outfit. I didn't get a chance to put in the earrings or the necklace, but for the most part, hey Draco, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for, listen, they sent you for me. I like to think that God sets everything up for my good and his glory, so thank you for coming through with the compliment. I'm sitting down to eat and went over this a little second ago. The lamb kebabs, if you were on live 2 days ago, you saw us make it. What is your name? My name is Melissa Ingrid Lawrence. Welcome to my channel. My content is focused on helping people manifest their highest self and their dream life. And I personally help people do that through self-love and vision clarity mentorship. And so these lives, I sit down, I have dinner, and we talk about the topics that I believe have been very instrumental along my journey of becoming my higher self as well. Um, Becoming your highest self is a journey. It's not something that you wake up overnight with. And so I'm on a journey the same way that you are, and that's the reason why I call it a mentorship. Let me see. Is this your official account? Yes, it is. What is your name? Melissa Ingrid Lawrence. I said that. Hey, Tracy World. Hi. Looks good, girl. Thank you. And a homemade tzatziki sauce. Come on. Hey Roberto, what's up? Hey John Dar. Hey John Dar. Hey Kind to Me, welcome back. Welcome back to the live. I know I've got a couple mentions about my outfit. Oh, you can't really, let me see if you can see the pants. It's a nice little harem pants. I was looking for something that was gonna be comfortable, but also overall just, gave that upper echelon vibe. My mom and I went to a store and, they're my thing. The lady, when she complimented my mom, she said ooh, upper echelon. And after that I was like, period. Next, every time I step out the house, every time I do anything, it's gonna be upper echelon. You get me? um Let me see. Hello Stovey, welcome from Australia. I would love for you to take the time to share the live with anybody that you know is on an intentional journey towards being the best version of themselves that they can be. Anybody who would benefit from this content. And so I'm gonna dig in. I would love for everybody to introduce themselves and, you know, just let me know where you're tuning in from. I know we got one person from Australia, and I'm gonna take a bite. I'm gonna take a bite. Why your overbite make you look like a zebra? Well, somebody got jokes. Somebody got jokes. But for the record, this live is only for people who want to, as I said before, manifest their highest self in their dream life. If that is not something that you're interested in, please exit the live. Let's see. Hi, Allison. Hi, Allison. My goal in any content that I post is to foster a supportive, loving, kind, gentle community. And so, if that's not your vibe, please press exit. Hi from Mississippi. For the record, again, I should get a moderator. I did not realize I was at a point in. I did not realize that I was at a point in my, creative life that I would need a moderator. But I'm interested in operating in my highest self. Let's do it. Contact me and I'll walk you through what that process looks like. Um, hmm. Well, I don't exactly know how to remove you. And so I'm going to do what I encourage my clients to do, which is ignore anything that is not aligned with the vision that you have in your life. And I'm going to keep moving. Let me see. Not gonna lie, YouTube Shorts is probably hard to attract these kinds of people. Well, um, I believe that where there's a will, there's a way, and so I am going to do my best. Hey Akeem, what's up? Thanks for joining the live. Thanks for joining the live. I hope you're having an amazing day. And so the topic that I wanted to talk from today was manifesting your highest self, but specifically, right? Specifically, I wanted to speak about, so if anybody is familiar, drop a yes in the chat if you're familiar with the TV show, um, the anime TV show One Piece. Tracy World, I'm new to the platform, and so I don't exactly know how to do that at this point. And so, like I said a second ago, I am going to focus on the message, and I'm going to trust that what the Bible says about that, rebuke the enemy and he will flee. And so I'm going to stay on task. But thank you for the suggestion. Um, Last live, I talked about becoming your highest self and specifically what that means, right? So, in being your highest self, that concept, that idea, that drive, that intention from my perspective came from an understanding that in the book of Jeremiah, right? It says that before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. I called you apart to be a prophet to the nations. And so the part that I focused on was before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. And so with that in mind, it really dropped in my spirit that any version of myself that isn't absolutely dominating life is not and cannot be the version that God had envisioned. And so that's what we talked about last live. But as far as this live is concerned, there's a TV show One Piece. If you have not seen it, I am sad because you're missing out, but I'm also happy now that you've been introduced to it. It follows the life of a character named Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. And he makes a decision. The first thing that you know about him is what his name is and that he is going to be king of the pirates. And so he leaves his island on a small little boat, and obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, him knowing what his goal and what his target was helped him through it and helped him level up every single time. And so what that taught me is that being the version that God envisioned before you were in your mother's womb is the access code necessary for you to realize your dreams. And so more often than not, the areas of your life that you find yourself struggling with points to where you need to be focusing on in order to ascend to becoming your highest self. And so the character Luffy, something that I was talking with my brothers about earlier, is that the way that he is, hey, what's up? Welcome to the live. Today we're talking about becoming your highest self. And so what happens in the show is that you get to see why every single character is in the position that they're in. And they're in the position that they're in because of the choices that they make and the personalities that they have, right? So the main character, Luffy, as I said, his desires to become king of the pirates, to be, in his words, the most free person in the world. And if I were to describe Luffy's character, he is kind of brash a bit. He is single-mindedly focused on what it is that he wants in almost every single scenario. He is someone who works based off of impulse as opposed to um, overthinking things and getting into analysis paralysis, which is something that in a previous season I found myself struggling with, right? Because success loves speed. And so when I first heard that quote, I didn't exactly know what it meant. But what I'm realizing more and more is that from the moment that you get the idea and you execute it, the closer and the shorter that that distance is, the more likely you are to hit your goal. Because more often than not, that resistance that you're feeling, the resistance that you're feeling on the inside is actually you kind of standing in your own way, because from the moment that you get the thought in your mind, it's done. I believe that that's what God meant when he said that we were created in his image and in his likeness. In the way that he can speak things into existence, we have the opportunity as his children to be able to do the same thing. But more often than not, the reason why there's a gap between seed, us planting the seed, getting the idea, time, the amount of time that it takes for us to see the harvest, is because of the internal roadblocks that we have set up, whether it be due to limiting beliefs, whether it be due to yeah, mostly it has to do with limiting beliefs, because your beliefs are thoughts that you habitually think. So if you get in front of a situation and, hey, what's up, welcome to the live. So if you get into a situation where you, this is the best way for me to say it. For, again, if you've watched One Piece, you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, I'll do my best to paint paint the picture of the character. So you have Luffy, the character that I described before, but then you also have another guy named Usopp. And Usopp is known as the Great Liar. Something cool about it, quick side note, not gonna go down far into this rabbit hole, but Usopp, every lie that he's ever told eventually becomes true, but overall his fear and his overall apprehension towards becoming his highest self puts him in a position where he's at the background of his growth. Versus Luffy, he can be brash, he can be quick, he can be quick to jump into something, right? But that's because he has enough trust and faith and confidence in who he is and his capabilities to be able to see himself through it, right? And so and yep, and Luffy has clear boundaries and values. His nakamas are the most important to him, to be honest, and to give it all for his own beliefs and his drive. Exactly. And there was this one scene, right? There was this one scene in One Piece where one of the characters asked him, he was just like, oh my goodness, but you could have died. And his response was, if I died in the pursuit of what I wanted, that would be okay with me. And it's just about understanding, like, it reminds me of this 50 Cent, I don't know if it's like a song or whatever like that, or like the name of an album, Get Rich or Die Trying. The focus isn't on getting rich, but it's about being so committed to what your highest self would be and what that dream life would look like, that not having it is worse than living without it. That not having it is not a life worth living. And when you get that single-minded focus similar to Luffy, there's nothing that can stop you. And I realized from the moment that Luffy left his island, he was 17. At the point in the show where I am, spoiler alert if you have not seen it, he's at a point where, mind you, left 17 years old by himself on a little boat that he made. All he knew was that he was going to be king of the pirates, didn't know who to contact, didn't know anything. When he gets to the point that I'm at in the show, not only is he widely respected in the pirate community. He's even respected amongst the enemies of the pirate community, which are the Navy. He is someone that five captains with notable armadas, with notable crews, pledged themselves to him without his permission to show up at his defense because of his desire to follow the path that he wanted put him in a position where other people believed in him so much that they wanted to tie their futures to whatever decisions he decided to make. So that is a bit about it. Going back to that character Usopp, right? Usopp is at the background of his evolution. Luffy is at the front of his evolution. And that's the reason why between 17, right now he's 19 years old, and he's one of the most respected pirates in the game right now. And he has a crew of 9 people, right? But every single one of them 9 people want to show up every day, giving their talents, giving their gifts, giving their support, because they see that he believes in himself, right? And that's what becoming your highest self is. Through self-love, you get to the point where you can, where you know what your vision is, and you can communicate it accurately through your words and also your deeds, to where people then believe in you, to want to see you get to that goal, because they understand that seeing you get to that goal. Yes, this is a TV show. If you're asking, One Piece, very good show. I'd say check it out. So good. And so going back to it, something that I spoke about when it came to Luffy, right? He speaks about his, this is my second time trying to eat and do these lives, but I get so excited about what I'm talking about that sometimes, I'll probably just eat them when I hop off live. But another thing that I learned from Luffy is, in the show you see a lot of different people. You get to hear their internal monologue. For example, they'd be sitting there facing something, and then you'd hear what they're thinking. Something that I realized is Luffy is the only character whose inner monologue you don't hear. And I was so lit, I was so excited when in my mind I kind of put two and two together, and I called my brother and I was like, I know why you never hear Luffy's internal monologue. And he was like, why? I was like, because if Luffy thinks it, he gonna say it. And being so aligned and having internal integrity to the point where everything that proceeds from your mouth is what is truly aligned with your highest being allows you to be able to manifest like this. And so in that 2-year time span, he's had an immense amount of growth, because the next point, he faced his challenges head on, regardless of who it was. Part of the reason why he's in a position right now where he is highly respected, and where he took out one of the 7 warlords, right? The 7 warlords are pirates that made a group. Hey, what's up, Bevon? Welcome to the live. The character, dang, I done got excited, girl. You done threw me off a little bit. Oh yeah, he faced his challenges head on. There's this one storyline in it where he takes on a task of saving, not necessarily saving, helping out in a revolution of a city that he and his crew come into contact with. And during the course of that adventure, he fights one of the 7 warlords, and they're supposed to be some of the strongest pirates that that world has ever seen. When he comes into a situation where he gets to get really close with some of the characters in the community, and there is a point where, after he saves them, one of the emperors of the sea, which is another group of very, very, very powerful pirates, they call, because as a result of him doing what he did, there was a disruption in their business. And so when he hops on the phone in his Luffy fashion, he's, super excited, super cool. He's Luffy, right? And so he hops on there, and when the emperor starts to talk smack to him and say that she's going to destroy the city because of the fact that they can't hold up their part of the agreement, he not only tells them that he's going to be king of the pirates first and foremost, but then the second thing that he says is that because he doesn't like the way that they're managing that territory, he's going to take it from them. Mind you, at this point, he hasn't fought anybody this strong, but he realizes that because he's up against a situation, that he knows that he can succeed, that he knows that he will have the victory. And that's something that I've implemented in my own life as well, where as a result of the fact that God is allowing me to see a challenge, it means that my victory is on the other side of it. I've just got to be calm enough and still enough, be aligned with who he called me to be, and be open to his word, to his instruction, to his his direction, that I understand what moves I need to make in that moment in order to get the victory in the way that he lined up that victory for me. And that's what I was talking about a second ago when I said that who you are, the person that God created you to be, the name of the movie. So it's a TV show, One Piece. And so I need to be confident enough in not only who he called me to be, but who he's called me to be, so that when I stand up in front of a challenge, I recognize that it was there to teach me something about myself, to become closer and closer to my highest self, the version that God created me to be. Because every challenge that Luffy has faced, on the other side of it, it highlighted a portion of his character that was not aligned with who it was that he said that he wanted to be. And that's a thing, right? Case in point, everybody on YouTube, people that just joined the live, there was a guy in the chat, don't know if he's still here, but as soon as I get on, he decides that he wants to attack me physically. Not, I mean, verbally, but attack my physical appearance verbally, right? And so in that moment, seeing it and recognizing it, I could have gone down that rabbit hole. I could have been in a situation where I was trying to go tit for tat, or just do all of this unnecessary action, wasted energy, right? But what I decided to do was to do what the Bible said, which was resist the devil and he will flee. I literally treated him as if he did not exist and he's no longer in the chat. You get what I'm saying? And this points to another thing, another really cool thing that I learned from watching that show, which is that every challenge that you face, as I said a second ago, reveals something about your character that you need to work on in order to have the victory when you face that again. It's not if you face it again, it's when you face it again, because the challenges come from God to be able to grow you, right? Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat. And so pinpointing why you lost, learning why you lost, and then implementing the steps that will help you win the next time is how you rebound from these things, which puts you in a better position, because there's no such thing as a loss. That's another thing that I'm coming to realize. There's no such thing as a loss in my life. It's only a setup for a lesson for me to be able to win the next time I come up against it. It's not about if I win, it's about when I win. And that's the energy that I've started to walk with, because as I said, when I watched that show, I realized that everybody is in the role, everybody's in the position that they're in because of their personality and because of their choices. Because Luffy never takes no for an answer. He always gets what he wants. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the live. And yes, to a certain extent, he can be called selfish, but I want to flip that idea on its head a bit, right? Because when you look at the book of Matthew, there's a question that is asked from the Pharisees to Jesus, where they ask him, what is the most important commandment, right? And they're trying to trip him up, mind you. But his response was, the important commandments are to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And equally as important, to love your neighbor as you do yourself, right? And so when you operate with that mentality, when you move in that way, that portion of loving God and loving yourself, those are going to appear as being selfish to the outside. That's going to appear to be selfish to those who haven't made the commitment to themselves and haven't made a commitment to their growth and hasn't made a decision to become their highest self. But at the end of the day, if you continue to stay committed to God and to yourself, you're automatically going to line up with the people that are going to be most ready, most engaged, most effective in helping you get to that next stage, right? Because Luffy shows up as being selfish, he is uniquely positioned to be able to fight the battles that he does, because he's not fighting them for somebody else's cause. He's fighting them for himself, and everybody who benefits as a result benefits. Hey Jimmy, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to the live. I was on here talking about manifesting your highest self in your dream life, and ways that I've learned about, and how a TV show that I was watching today that I cannot get out of my mind, One Piece, how that continues to or what that spoke to me about that journey to becoming your highest self. And so those were the topics that, or those were the different thoughts that came to my mind when I watched the show. And so, yeah, that's what I had on my part. And so the exercise that I have lined up, if this is something that you desire to work on, right? If becoming your highest self is something that you desire to work on, which I hope it is if you're watching this live, because if not, then this content is not for you. Everything that I post is geared towards manifesting your highest self in your dream life. And the way that I personally help people do that is through self-love and vision clarity mentorship. And so for the live platforms that had descriptions, I put in a link to my blog. Also, if you like the outfit, there are links to the pieces in the description as well. And once you read the blog, you'll also have the opportunity to put in your contact information so that you can get access to my vision journal, which is a free gift for everybody here on the live. Um, it is the first portion of another product that I created called My Vision Planner. And in My Vision Planner, it helps you to get a clear idea of what that highest self would look like. And then it helps you work backwards to where you are now to help you manifest that highest self and really get a clear idea of what that dream life looks like. And so you plan your days, you plan your weeks, you plan what you're doing around what that vision is. And so, as I said, you'll be able to get access to the free gift of being able to write down your vision. I decided to give that for free because I believe that that is such an essential step. That if I could give my most important thing, I wouldn't say most important thing, but if I could give the most important first step to manifesting your highest self in your dream life, it would be that it would be my vision journal for you to be able to write down those items. And then if you decide to upgrade, which would be the actual planning and the actual like writing out system, then you would be able to purchase that. And additionally, if you would like to do one-on-one mentorship with me, going over topics like self-love and vision clarity, and just the way that I've been implementing that for my own self-growth journey, that will be available as well. And so I'm going to read through some of these chats now. Yeah, I'm going to read through some of these chats. Thank you to everybody on the live. My food is most definitely cold, but I don't know. Not I get so excited about this that it's kind of hard for me to multitask the food and the food and the talking. And so I got a quote over here. I got a comment over here. um Most quotes, movies, and stories derives from the Bible. Most people don't even know it, right? Like that is 100% true. And I believe that I believe that my view of the Bible might be different than that of other people, and that's because I don't believe that the Bible scriptures were meant to be um you know hidden behind glass shelves and supposed to be like magical scriptures. No, like if you take the time, you read what it says, you think about how it practically applies to you, and you allow yourself to be so free in your mind and your thoughts that you can allow Holy Spirit to reveal what you're supposed to be getting from it for you and distill it to you so that you can download it and do what you need to do, you'll be in the best position possible. So let me see. Yeah, 100%. Um, hey Leslie Ross, what's up? Welcome to the live. I did not intend for this to be a super long one, and so thank you for everyone who decided to join in. And yeah, I'm going to hop off at the 30-minute mark, but I just want to say good night to everybody and thank you so much for everyone who watched. I look forward to the next live and I look forward to talking with you all some more. Peace and God bless you. I really enjoyed this. See you next time. Bye.